born for such a time as this. Based on a full story of Esther, thus a summary of chapter 1 until chapter 10 of the Esther story, or should I say Hadassah story. I've also divided this into 8 parts. Thus, this is part 1. The title of part 1. The orphan girl nobody noticed. This is from Esther chapter 2, verse 5 until 7. Before there was a crown, before there was a throne, before there was glory, there was a girl in Susa, an orphan, a nobody, a Jew. Her name was Hadassah, born in exile. Her parents gone. Her home taken. Her future unclear. All she had was a cousin named Mordecai. And Mordecai raised her not just with love, but with identity. Not just with shelter, but with strength. Because even in exile, even in sorrow, God was writing a story. Because even in exile, even in sorrow, God was writing a story. Hadassah means middle tree. And the middle may be small, but it's fragrant when crushed. It grows low, but it stands strong. That was her. That was her. Small but chosen. Lesson 1 of this part 1. You don't have to come from greatness to be called for greatness. You don't have to come from greatness to be called for greatness. Your beginning doesn't limit your becoming. Even in loss, God is planting a destiny. Let's go to part 2. The title of part 2. When the crown finds you. When the crown finds you. This is from Esther chapter 1 until chapter 2. Listen. In the palace, a queen named Vashti defied the king. She said no to being displayed like a trophy. And guess what? Her crown was stripped, taken away. Thus, the kingdom needed a new queen. The kingdom now needed a new queen. So a decree went out. Bring the most beautiful virgin to the king's harem and let the king choose. Bring the most beautiful virgins to the king's harem and let the king choose. Listen. Hadassah. Actually, let me say Esther. Esther was taken. Yes, taken, not volunteered. She didn't ask for spotlight. She didn't ask for the spotlight. She didn't campaign for the title. But when God chooses you, even a pagan palace becomes your platform. She went through 12 months of beauty treatment. 6 months with oil. 6 months with perfume. But understand, the real preparation wasn't physical. It was internal. It was internal. Listen, while others were trying to impress the king, Esther was listening to her mentor, Haggai, and walking in humility. And when the king saw her, he loved her. And when the king saw her, he loved her. Out of all the women, he placed the royal crown on her head. Lesson 2. Favor is not earned by competition, but by obedience and positioning. When it's your time, nothing can stop your elevation. Let me repeat this. When it's your time, nothing can stop your elevation. This reminds me of Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. God doesn't crown perfection, He crowns purpose. Listen, let's go to part 3. The secret identity. This is Esther chapter 2 verse 10. But Mordecai gave her one instruction. Don't tell them you're Jewish. Not yet. Don't tell them that your real name is Hadassah. That's the instruction that Mordecai gave her. So Hadassah used another name, which was Esther. So Esther now was a queen, right? He lived in a palace, but she hid her identity. She ate at the royal table, but her soul was still tied to her people. She wore royal garments, but she remembered the rags. Sometimes God will hide your full identity for a season, just for a season. Because the reveal must match the mission. I'm saying sometimes God will hide your full identity for a season, just one season or 2 or 3, I don't know, but just for a season. Because the reveal must match the mission. Lesson 3. Don't despise your hidden season. God hides warriors before He releases them. You may be undercover now, but soon you will be unleashed. Now let's go to part 4. A plot of genocide. This is Esther chapter 3 in the Bible. Meanwhile, in the king's court, a man named Haman, or should I say Haman? A man named Haman rises to power. He is arrogant. He demands people to bow even though he's not king. Haman now rises to power, and he gets arrogant. He demands people to bow even though he's not king. And when Mordecai refuses, when Mordecai, the cousin of Esther, refuses, Haman's pride turns to poison. Listen. Just because Mordecai refused to bow, Haman, he didn't just want Mordecai dead. He wants every Jew across 127 provinces annihilated. Every Jew across 127 provinces to be killed, to be destroyed. Just because Mordecai refused to bow. Listen, So he tricks the king into signing a decree. He didn't ask nicely. He just tricks the king into signing a decree. And the date is set, Adar 13, for a mass slaughter. Imagine the panic. Imagine the despair. And that sentence hang over every Jewish home. Just because Mordecai refused to bow to Haman. But listen. But before, this God, listen. But even before Haman planned, God already placed Esther in the palace. But even before Haman planned, God had already placed Esther in the palace. Lesson 4. God never panics. He always plans. The enemy may set a date, but God already set a deliverer in the motion. Let's go to part 5. Part 5. The title, The Wake Up Call. This is Esther chapter 4. Now Mordecai hears the news and tears his clothes. He weeps at the palace gate. Esther sends him clothes, but he refuses. Because comfort is not the cure when people are dying. Mordecai sends word. Don't you think you'll escape, Esther? Maybe, just maybe, you were made queen for such a time as this. Remember the title, Born for Such a Time as This. Listen to what Mordecai says. Maybe you were made queen for such a time as this. At that moment, Esther had a choice. Stay silent, stay safe, or speak up and risk death. Listen, she replies, go fast for me. Go fast for me, he tells Mordecai. 3 days, no food, no drink. Then I'll go to the king, and if I perish, I perish. Lesson 5. Courage doesn't mean you are not afraid. It means you go anyway. You may be scared, but purpose is louder than fear. Let's go to part 6. The title, The Bold Move, Esther chapter 5. Esther puts on her royal robe. She walks into the king's court uninvited. Listen. If the king doesn't stretch out his golden scepter, she dies. Even if she was queen, as long as she walks into the king's court uninvited, if the king doesn't stretch out the golden scepter, Esther will die. But still Esther, she walks into the king's court uninvited. Heart racing. But God touches the king's heart, and the scepter is extended. The king says, what do you want, Queen Esther? What do you want, Queen Esther? Even up to half of my kingdom, it is yours. What do you want? But Esther doesn't rush. She invites him and Haman to dinner. Strategic silence, divine timing. At the second dinner, Esther finally speaks. There's a plot to kill me and my people. There is a plot to kill me and my people. Now Esther reveals that she's Jewish. There is a plot to kill me and my people. The king is now shocked. Who would dare? She points across the table. This vile Haman. This vile Haman wants to kill me and my people. The king storms out. By the time he returns, Haman is begging for mercy. But mercy didn't come. He was hanged on the very gallows he built for Mordecai. Lesson 6. What the enemy builds to destroy you, God will use to exalt you. What the enemy uses to destroy you, God will use it to exalt you. God will use it to erase you. Your enemy's weapon will become their own downfall. Your enemy's weapon will become their own demise. The trap will turn into your triumph. Their own trap will turn into your triumph. Part 7. The title, The Decree Reversed. Esther chapter 8 and chapter 9. But there is a problem. The death decree was already sealed with king's ring. And the Persian law said it couldn't be reversed. So Esther weeps again before the king. And listen, the king gives her and Mordecai power to write a new decree. The new decree allows the Jews to defend themselves. And on the day they were supposed to die, they fought, they won, they celebrated. Listen, Mordecai was promoted, Esther was honored, and the people of God were preserved. They turned mourning into dancing. They called the day Purim, a reminder that God can turn loss into victory. Lesson number 7. God may not erase the threat. God may not erase the threat, but He will empower you to overcome it. Your voice matters. Your stand matters. And your victory is bigger than you. It's for the whole nation. God may not erase the threat, but He will empower you to overcome it. Your voice matters. Your stand matters. As long as it's for the good cause, it does matter. And your victory will be bigger than you, will be for the whole nation. Because you stand, while even though it was hard. Part 8. Legacy and Purpose. Esther chapter 10. Because of all that happened, Mordecai became second to the king. Esther's story was written down in scrolls. A Jewish girl, an orphan, a foreigner, a queen. She didn't just wear a crown. She carried a calling. She wasn't just beautiful. She was brave. She didn't just save her people. She rewrote their future. Final lesson. You don't have to start royal to end royal. You don't have to start royal to end royal. Your past doesn't disqualify you. Your pain doesn't cancel your purpose. You are here for such a time as this. Closing words. You may feel small like Hadassah. You may feel small like Esther. Overlooked, forgotten, powerless. But if God can use an orphan girl to save a nation, to rewrite history, to break a death sentence, then surely He can use you. You don't need to know how it all ends. You don't need to know how it all ends. You just need to say, if I perish, I perish, but I will go. You were born for such a time as this. Now rise. Now rise, Queen. Now rise, King. There's a nation waiting on your... Yes. There is a nation waiting on your... Yes. Loko ba ku vutisa ku famba na mani, va byele ku famba na matimu, fortune, maxava, ku tandzela a xaveni mahandza moya ku nga rirhandzu ni ku tsaka ni kuroni ku yingisela ni tsakela ni vonene ni ku tshembeka ni ola ku tikhoma twana verini veri a ku na nawu lo alaka leswo tani ku tandzela a hi xaveni vutlhari nga byi xavisi, a hi xaveni vutivi nga byi xavisi. Inkomu.